It's a bill, it's a bill, it's another bill, it's a bill, it's a bill, it's a bill. Dude, hey guys, this is Ken, your Alaskan realtor, and I'm looking at the cost of living in Anchorage today. Going through my bills and I'm looking at it. There's a lot of things to think about when it comes to what the cost is to live here in all actuality. To get an idea of some of the prices we've got to pay here and the cost of living, I came to my local cars. $2.69 eggs are empty. Mixed up, $2.79 for a dozen eggs. A gallon of milk is $4.29. Well, there's a start. So that's just the milk and eggs. I got a list of some other stuff that I want to share with you as far as it relates to living in Anchorage. One of the great things is Anchorage is a big city. We've got pretty much anything that you want. I went to Cars, but you can go to Walmart, you can go to Fred Meyer, you can go to Costco. We've got all that. If you're going to be buying home supplies and doing some projects, you can go to Lowe's, Home Depot. We have Habitat Resources. There's a lot of resources that you can pull from. But today I want to just look at, as a general kind of, what does it cost to live here? What are some of the things that we get hit with? And what does it look like? Because we all have bills to pay, right? So I'm not planning on really doing any editing with this. This is just going to be kind of raw, looking at some of my notes, and I'll be looking at that. So just know that as far as going forward with these things. And if this is something that you want to hear more about or know more about, I'm going to look at some of the other cities that are really popular, like Palmer, Wasilla, Fairbanks, Homer. We've got a lot of places to look at. So as I work on my town tours, I'm going to also look at what some of these cost of living expenses might be. If you're considering that move to Alaska, or in Alaska, you might be looking at going to some other town along the way. So make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button and whack that bell icon like we do salmon every summer here in Alaska. So let's get into it. So we looked at milk and eggs, and that really, when you look at the prices, that's pretty consistent across things in Alaska. When you look at a family of four, not looking at the cost of rent and not looking at having to pay a mortgage, the average monthly costs are going to be about $4,500, just kind of rounding that. If you're a single person, the monthly expenses without rent or mortgage is going to be potentially around $1,300. So that's just kind of average looking at things. Now, if you saw my video about 10 best places to eat in Anchorage, that kind of fluctuates depending on where folks like to eat, and you may not like some of the restaurants there, but if you watch that video, you'll get a good idea. And for two people to go out and eat a meal at a kind of a mid-priced restaurant, $75, that's kind of a good number to think about. There's not a lot of discounts that you can find in the city. Even some of our McDonald's is more expensive here than it is in the lower 48. And I've talked about in some other videos, a lot of that has to do with getting goods into Alaska. While Alaska has a lot of goods and resources, they're not always the ones that you need to particularly get by each and every day. So looking at some of the other things, we looked at milk and eggs, white bread. I remember being back in Georgia. You can find a good deal and you can get some white bread. We call it crappy white bread. You can get for about $1.99, I think. Up here, double that price. It's $4. That's kind of the thing that it's a little bit of sticker shock when you get to Alaska. I know it was for me. In part, there's kind of a doubling. Rice per pound is about $2.54. The other thing up here, we don't have Dollar General, we don't have Dollar Tree. So none of that there to bail you out and go get the cheap stuff. Sometimes I really miss a chicken and a biscuit crackers at Dollar Tree, because up here they're like $4. So anyway, looking at chicken fillets for about a pound is about $6 a pound for chicken fillets. A pound of bananas is 94 cents. A pound of potatoes comes in roughly about 62 cents. Looking at a bottle of wine, you might need it when you look at the sticker shock. That's $15 for kind of a mid-range bottle of wine. Looking at transportation. So one of the good things about Anchorage, it does have a transportation system. The bus system is $2 for a one-way. So that's a really helpful thing. It gets you a lot of places, and that's a lot of resources. It doesn't do all over the town. So it's important that you know where you're at and where you're looking at as far as the bus route. So you could also take an Uber or a taxi to get over there, and a normal taxi ride is going to really cost you about $35 round trip. So just so you kind of know that. Gas is $4.21 right now. That's about right. Even at Costco, it was $4.09. So just kind of keep that there. I know one of the things that people always like to look at, and that is the cost of utilities. I've got a few of those bills right there. So as you look at the very basic, looking at electricity, heating, cooling, water, garbage. Cooling is really kind of goofy because we really don't do that here. You can find, we've got a neighbor that's got air conditioning. We actually got a portable air conditioning system because of some of the temperature shifts. People are doing more air conditioners, but the big units, that's not really up here. So usually if you open the windows at night, it'll cool off your house, close the windows in the morning, and it'll keep it the rest of the day. So, which is a great thing. So, but looking at those, if you're looking at a 900 square foot apartment, so about 1,000 square feet, whether it's an apartment or a home, you're looking for all those expenses around $254. If you're looking at a mobile plan, looking at some different ones, usually you're going to be hitting around $50 or so. So there are some discount plans out there. And if you combine like with GCI, I know they have a real good deal with internet and cell phone together. I think you can get your internet and then get a cell phone, but it depends on what kind of plan you need. So it may work, it may not. Your internet, if you want particularly the high speed, you're gonna start at around $120, and that's for really basic. The highest high speed red goes up to almost $200 a month. So important for you to kind of look at as far as those things go. Looking just at basic salaries when it comes to financing and get by, the average monthly salary in Anchorage is about $4,500 a month. So just kind of look at that in terms of things, and that kind of gives a real quick rundown. Now, every home is going to be different. One of the things, if you are buying a home in Alaska, we get disclosures, and it is one of the things that you're supposed to do as a seller of a home is to disclose what those monthly fees are that you're getting hit with. So if that's something that you're going to be doing, is looking at buying something when you get to Anchorage, that'll be an important thing to take a look at as well and get those disclosures. So I hope this video was helpful for you, a chance to get to know a little bit more about the city and the cost of living when it comes to Anchorage. And if you've got other questions, let me know. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and whack that bell icon like we do Salmon, so you can stay up to date on the videos that I have coming out. Hopefully you've had a chance already to take a look at my other video this week. That was my new series, kind of my vlog about 3 things that you need to know. Something to enhance your home, something to enhance your life, and something to help you know about Alaska housing market. So that's just a quick hit each week that'll be there. And then this is going to be part of a series that goes along with my town tours, looking a little bit more at what cost of living is going to be here in the state. So thanks for tuning in, and don't ever hesitate. If you've got a question, to DM me, reach out, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have.